Hey everybody, it's Robin Nolan. Welcome to this live session. In this session, I'm going to be digging into some Gypsy Jazz arpeggios. In fact, we're going to have a little bit of Arpeggio Madness. And I'm going to show you some really simple concepts with arpeggios and how you can use arpeggios to basically help you structure your solos so they actually sound like really good, like you know what you're doing. And I'm going to explain that concept in a second. Just give me a sec. When you join this, if you're in the future or joining live now, give me the thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from, and let's get this party started. So just bear with me 1 second, setting up this live. Where are you watching from? Have you got your guitar? What guitar have you got? Here we go. It's Arpeggio Madness time here. So the first thing I want to talk about is, what is an arpeggio? Can anyone tell me what an arpeggio is? It's a, I think it's a decent question. 1 second, just messing around with this. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Arpeggio, right? In simple terms, if you play a chord like E, right? That's an E chord, and you strum through it, right? When you play an arpeggio, it's just a chord, except you play each note separately. So that could be an arpeggio, right? Or C. There's a C chord, right? But a C arpeggio is just you're playing the notes individually. So any chord that you could play, right? The next step is to split it up into the individual notes of that chord, and it becomes an arpeggio. So therefore, when you're improvising over chord sequences like we do in jazz and gypsy jazz, you've got, all of me say, you've got 2 bars of C, 2 bars of E7, 2 bars of A7 to D minor. The first step that I teach when I'm teaching students how to improvise in this music is to learn the basic shape or the basic arpeggio over those chords. So C major, right, instead of playing the chord, you're just going to articulate it like, right, C major. So the arpeggios, obviously when you're playing arpeggio, it's right in the pocket of the chord you're playing it over, and that's why it sounds good. So what we're trying to do when we're building and learning how to improvise is understanding which arpeggio you put over what chord, right? And then beyond that, how to base your solos by arpeggios and to get creative with arpeggios. Now, the thing is that it's not that much fun when you're sitting at home only practicing arpeggios, because arpeggios on their own are kind of a little bit boring and stiff. So I've invented this system, or I've created a system that actually works for bringing arpeggios into your playing in a musical way, so you learn them simultaneously with the arpeggio and the music. So basically what that means is that I immediately, when I teach arpeggios, I don't just teach an arpeggio, but I teach an arpeggio in relation to music. So we'll put that C minor 6 arpeggio into a minor blues on the C minor 6. We'll put this G minor 6 arpeggio, we'll put that into the G minor of a minor blues. So it makes it more fun. And what I've done is compiled a whole bunch of courses which teaches this method, this system of arpeggios, into this incredible package that I'm going to talk about later on this call, called Arpeggio Madness. And it will actually kind of help the penny drop for you when using arpeggios in your solos. Let's play a little bit of music to get it going. And if you've got a question, drop it in the chat. And if you're interested in learning arpeggios with me, go to gypsyjazzflashsale.com. Maybe someone could put it as a comment, and you'll get all the info then. You can pick up this incredible package we've got going this weekend only. That's why I'm jumping on this YouTube live, to make sure you know about this, because it's a great opportunity. There's something like a 92% saving. So it's really a great opportunity to scoop up all these courses on arpeggios and actually learn arpeggios the fun and easy way. Let me just get into the arpeggio course. I'm just going to give you an example. If I was playing I'm just going to go into Arpeggio Etude number 2 on blues en mineur. Okay, let me play this and then I'll kind of show you what's going on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
C minor. Let's do that again. That's G minor. Now we go to C minor. G minor. E flat 7. D7. So what that is, what I played just then, is an arpeggio etude. That's what I call it, an arpeggio etude. And it's over a minor blues sequence in this case. And for each tune, the system that I'm teaching teaches 3 arpeggio etudes on that tune. So that's number 2. If I play number 1 is always the simplest one, and you'll hear why now. I'll play it for you. Here's Arpeggio Etude number 1 on blues en mineur.
4.
G minor. Really slow. C minor now. Right, just doing it really simple. So that's really taking it slow and easy. G minor, we're just literally going. Right, that is the chord. Remember at the beginning I was saying that what is an arpeggio? It's just a chord arpeggiated. That means that you don't play it like that, but you go. And with this gypsy jazz music, you kind of like, right, you just articulate each note. And just playing the basic chord like G minor is a really good place to start. And then you can get fancy, you know, you can borrow from Django Reinhardt, for example, on the C minor 6. He does this really cool one where right, that's really outlining that C minor 6. So it's not just the minor chord, it's like starting on the 5th. This is over C. Right? And that's in Arpeggio Etude number 3, right? So I drop these arpeggios in, borrowed from Django or from the greats like Birelli or Stockel-Rosenberg. And by learning them in a kind of musical way, they kind of sink in a bit more. So then when you actually improvise on your own, you know where your fingers can go to sound good. And then of course it gives you a start, it gives you a kind of framework for your solos, so you're not just kind of flapping around and kind of guessing. You can kind of use these arpeggios to really give yourself confidence with your solos. If we take another tune, just to give you another couple of examples, I hope everyone's doing well, by the way. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the chat. We're going to move to, I was telling you about this Arpeggio Madness package we put together, and the tunes that we do 3 arpeggio etudes on are minor blues, Sweet Georgia Brown, minor swing, and All of Me. For each of those tunes, we've got 3 complete arpeggio etudes, going from beginner intermediate to more advanced. So it's kind of like a step-by-step system as well. And there is a link probably in the chat at the moment because we've got a flash sale on this weekend. Just go to gypsyjazzflashsale.com. You'll see what it's all about, and it's a great opportunity if you want to learn how to solo using arpeggios. I've spelt it all out. I've made it really easy for you. And this is also the first time that I'm offering this to the outside world of the Gypsy Jazz Club. That's where I've been teaching all these Arpeggio Etudes in the club, and they really work. If there's a club member watching, let me know, because it seems to help people make the connection from theory, arpeggios, chords, to actual music and songs. So if we go to All of Me, I'll play you a couple of Arpeggio Etudes. And this is a great way of practicing, really focused. So the first etude is like, we just go
All of
simple.
Me, Arpeggio Etude number 1.
Listen to this.
A 2,
So
a
this
1,
is C
2,
major.
3, 4.
E7. Just using. Just using the basic shapes. And Arpeggio Etude number 1, like I said, it's like the beginner one. It's the first step. And if you play over C major, right, before getting too fancy, you should be able to just go 1. This is note 1 of the chord. 1, 3, 5, 1. 1, 3, 5. Right? Should be able to go through any piece, you know, really, and just kind of outline the basic chords, and that's always the first place to start. So in each of these courses, right, each song has got a different course for it. The first Arpeggio Etude is always the simple one, which just spells out the chord. Then we'll go something like, you know, for example, over C major and All of Me. This is a nice one that just starts on the major 7. So that's a really nice arpeggio. So instead of starting on the root, right, C major, we start on the major 7. Then you kind of get this sound. That's the major 7, and that's the root. So then we do this pattern: major 7, root, 3rd, 5th. And then we repeat that: major 7, root, 3rd, 5th. Right? And all this is tabbed out, of course, with all these courses we have. For each one, we have a kind of pretty epic PDF workbook. So everything's tabbed out and written out in musical notation. So the idea is that you use the video. You can also slow the videos down, and I do extra slow video versions as well. You got the tab, so you get your fingers, oh yeah, and then you use the video, and then you practice along, and then once you practice along, you use the backing track to kind of improvise, practice improvising, and the system really works. All of Me, let's listen to another etude from All of Me. Number 3 is pretty cool.
All of Me, Arpeggio Etude number 3.
Here we go.
A 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
C major. So what we're doing there, you know, each etude like introduces a different pattern. So on number 3, for example, on All of Me, instead of always going from the bottom to the top, we're going from the top down to the bottom. So this pattern, right? It's kind of classical sounding. When you go to the E7, we're introducing diminished. So, right? Which is a really nice pattern. When it goes to A7, we just go, we just flatten that diminished thing, and then you get to D minor. So listen to this one again and see if you can follow me.
Arpeggio Etude number 3.
Here we go.
A 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
C major, diminished, diminished on A7, E minor, E7, A minor, D7. Right, then back to the top. C major, E7 using diminished. That sounds cool. F, F minor. Right. So what you do, you practice these kind of like, you know, as just on your own practicing. You wouldn't actually play a solo going, but you might play a solo kind of, you know, you know what I mean. So you practice these etudes really kind of, yeah, in a practice kind of way. So you just get your fingers in the right place over the right chord, and then you can add all your creativity after that. Okay, so the system is working for students, and like I say, we've got minor swing. You know, beginners start with minor swing, and the first etude in minor swing is really, really simple. If you're a complete beginner, this first etude will be for you. Listen how simple it is. We're looking for the A minor, D minor, and E7. Check it out. So
Minor swing, Arpeggio Etude 1A.
right, this is where you'd start
A
if you're a
2,
beginner.
a 1, 2, 3, 4.
D minor, E7, A minor, D minor, A minor, B flat, A minor. Right, so A minor. Very, very simple. But you know, to be honest, even with those simple ideas, when you use the backing track, you can get creative with that and then make something.
Minor
This is
swing,
how I would try and
1,
do it.
a 2, a 1,
Slow.
2, 3, 4.
This kind of thing, you know what I mean? So nothing complicated. So that kind of proves the point that you only need the basics to start to be able to improvise. And if you learn this way by applying arpeggios to tunes, it gives you a real quick start, you know what I mean? Instead of sitting in the practice room just going through mindless arpeggios, which are pretty kind of boring, this puts them to music right away. I hope everyone's doing well. Just to remind you, we've got the reason I'm here is to show you arpeggios, let you know that they're crucial, really. If you haven't looked at them carefully before, they're crucial in helping you sound like you know what you're doing when you're improvising over chords. They'll give your solos flow and structure and confidence. And these courses that I've put together on the tunes will help you do this in a really musical way. And this weekend, we've got a real special called Arpeggio Madness, because it is. Because we bundled 4 arpeggio courses on All of Me, Minor Swing, Sweet Georgia Brown, and Blues en Mineur together in one bundle for an incredible deal, basically. It's a great opportunity. Plus, we've got an amazing bonus package, which I'll tell you about in a second. And we've got a whole course, a 6-week course that we taught in the club about arpeggios with Tim Robinson, who's really smart and really understands arpeggios. He did a 6-week course. Each week was on the different kind of arpeggio. You'll get that whole course instantly in this package. It's an amazing resource. And then the bonuses, you'll learn Djangology, the one that goes. You'll learn Djangology, you'll learn Duke and Dukey. It's a really hip Django tune. And you'll learn Nuage. Right, you'll learn Nuage, and you'll learn all about Django's enclosures as well. Enclosures is these things. We use those all over the place in Gypsy Jazz. So this package is epic. That's why it's called Arpeggio Madness. And if you go to gypsyjazzflashsale.com, you can get the full scoop there. I made a video showing you the course so you can actually see inside. And then I would definitely recommend, if you would like to improve your improvising, picking this amazing bundle up this weekend, today, because it will go away on Sunday. That's it from me on YouTube live. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go to Gypsy Jazz gypsyjazzflashsale.com. You'll get the whole thing. And this is Robin Nolan. You know my mission is to help guitarists like yourself improve and have fun with Gypsy Jazz. So lots of love from me. I'm going to work out how to stop this broadcast, and I will see you on the inside. Take care, everybody. See you later.